We might have a lead on what happened to Lily.
We feel like we should check it out.
Yeah, of course. Do whatever it takes to keep the family safe.
So Matt Clark is free.
Just disappeared. Once he was released, he took off.
That means he could be anywhere. He could be on this ranch. How is this happening again?
The Young and the Restless, YNR, preview video for the week of March 16th to 20th reveals that Traci Abbott, Beth Maitland, will get some news that leaves her reeling. Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, will spread the word about a mystery woman while Matt Clark's, Roger Howarth, enemies plot against him. So here's what YNR fans can expect. The weekly promo kicks off with Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, promising Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, that they're going to get Matt. Although Nick may be a little impatient, Adam will feel confident it's all going to work out. Once they arrange a meeting, Adam will insist that Nick can deal with Matt however he sees fit. Of course, Adam will need to speak with Reza Thompson, last played by Tina Kashani, first, so Nick will undoubtedly be antsy while he's waiting to make a move. Nick wants to end Matt's threat once and for all, so he'll be eager to move forward with this final Matt trap. While Nick and Adam's Vegas drama begins, Nikki will have some shocking information for Traci. Since Traci's been worried about Jack going missing, Nikki will fill her in after gathering as many details as she can get from Victor Newman, Eric Braden. Nikki will stun Traci when she spills that Jack's being held on a yacht in the middle of Lake Michigan. Before Traci can recover from that shocker, Nikki will deliver another one by admitting Victor hinted about a woman being with Jack. Although Nikki apparently won't know who that mystery woman is just yet, she'll have a bad feeling about the escalating risks here. YNR fans know it's Patty Williams, Stacey Hayduk, who's watching over Jack as part of Victor's grand plan. Thanks to the drugging fiasco that Jack's enduring, Diane Jenkins Abbott, Susan Walters, is on the verge of seeing something she'd rather not see. The weekly preview video shows Patty and Jack in bed together as Diane approaches the door and starts banging on it to see if Jack's in there. It may not be long until Diane barges in and sees Jack looking way too cozy with Patty. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Diane's in for a disgusting shock, so stay tuned. Diane's rage will be a torrent of accusations and venom. She won't just be angry. She will be wounded, her deep-seated insecurities about her place in Jack's life flooding to the surface. All the whispers, all the side eyes from people like Nikki, who doubted her transformation and her marriage, will feel validated in this horrifying moment. In her mind, Jack has proven that he hasn't changed, that the Abbott men are doomed to repeat the mistakes of the past, and that she was a fool to trust him. She will likely round on Patty with a fury that rivals their confrontations of the past. But her harshest words will be reserved for Jack.
How could he?
After everything they have been through, after she fought to clear her name and win back his family's trust, how could he betray her with the woman who once shot him? The questions will fly, sharp and accusatory, leaving no room for Jack to explain that he is a victim, not a willing participant. In Diane's eyes, the evidence is damning, and her rage will be a force of nature. Jack's nightmare, trapped and compromised. For Jack, this moment is the stuff of nightmares. Having been manipulated, possibly drugged, and held against his will by a mentally fragile Patty, he is in no state to defend himself. When his family finally arrives, he likely feels a surge of relief, believing his rescue is at hand. That relief is horrifyingly short-lived. As Diane's face contorts from shock to fury, Jack's will reflect a dawning, sickening horror. He will see exactly what Diane is seeing, and he will know, with absolute certainty, that his marriage is crumbling before his very eyes. He is caught in a trap that was set not just by Patty, but by Victor, designed to destroy the most important relationship in his life. His protests will be frantic, desperate, and likely fall on deaf ears. How can he explain this? How can he articulate that he was a prisoner, that this was not an act of love or lust but a setup? To Diane, in her current state of mind, it will sound like the pathetic excuses of a guilty man. This scene is a cruel inversion of the trauma that has defined Jack and Patty's relationship for 40 years. Back then, Patty was the innocent victim who walked in on her husband with Diane. Now, the tables have turned, and Jack is the one caught in a seemingly compromising situation with Patty. The poetic injustice of it is staggering. Jack, who has spent a lifetime trying to atone for the pain he caused Patty, is now being destroyed by the very same dynamic. He is being punished for his past sins in the most public and painful way imaginable. With Billy and Kyle also witnessing the scene, the embarrassment is complete. Kyle, who has had a fractious relationship with Diane, will be forced to watch his stepmother eviscerate his father. Billy, who has his own complicated history with both Jack and Diane, will be a silent witness to the Abbott family's implosion. The rescue mission has become awake, and the marriage of Jack and Diane is the body on the slab. The aftermath, a family and a marriage on the brink. The fallout from this explosive confrontation will reverberate through Genoa City for weeks. The immediate aftermath will be a raw, emotional bloodbath. Diane will likely storm out, leaving a shell-shocked Jack behind with Patty, whose plan, whether she fully understood Victor's intent or was simply following her own obsession, has succeeded beyond her wildest dreams. For Diane, the betrayal will call into question everything. Her rivalry with Nikki Newman will seem trivial compared to this. She has been publicly humiliated, and her marriage has been dealt a potentially fatal blow. The security and status she fought so hard to achieve now feels like a sham. Will she be able to listen to reason once the initial shock wears off? Or will her pride and pain send her straight to a lawyer to file for divorce? Given her history of fighting for her family, a part of her may want to stay and battle for her man, but the image of Jack and Patty together will be a difficult ghost to exorcise. Jack, meanwhile, will be left in the ruins of his life. Once he can gather his wits and shake off the last of Patty's influence, his focus will shift to two things: proving his innocence to Diane and exacting revenge on the man truly responsible for his downfall, Victor Newman. He will have to convince his wife that he was a victim of a diabolical scheme, not a willing participant in an affair. This will require him to relive the trauma of his captivity and expose the depths of Victor's ruthlessness. The confrontation will also drive a wedge between Jack and his son. Kyle has often been suspicious of Diane's motives, but seeing his father in such a position will be a shock. He will have to navigate his own feelings, torn between the father he loves and the stepmother he has only recently learned to tolerate. As for Patty, her role in this drama is far from over. While she may have achieved her goal of having Jack, even if just for a moment, the arrival of his family shatters her fantasy. She will likely be apprehended or will flee, but her mental instability, exacerbated by Victor's manipulation, ensures she will remain a threat. She is a loose cannon, and her testimony could either damn Jack further or be the key to proving his innocence by exposing Victor's scheme. Finally, at the center of this maelstrom is Victor Newman. From his perch, he will watch the Abbott family crumble with grim satisfaction.